Hey guys, I just built this wheel yesterday and I kind of want to show you what I got. Eventually this whole wheel will be collapsible, but right now the body's collapsible, but the drive wheel is actually in one piece because I'd made it quite a while back and didn't know what form factor I would go with initially. So anyway, so here's the body and I'm going to set it up pretty quickly. All you do is you loosen this wing nut just a little bit and you let it scissor. Then you tighten the wing nut back down, and this notch goes in that notch, and you're done with the body there. So now, normally I would have these where they would slide apart and then turn so that this is the widest they are, but they would strap in with that and travel easily. But I can't break it apart yet because I didn't make this one to be broken down. So what would happen is I would drill a hole here and here, and I would put dowel rod through the hole and glue it on one of these boards, but I wouldn't glue it on the other. So what would happen is when you line it up, it would slip into the other, and then that notch would actually be over here, and when I tighten that notch down, that would hold them together, and that's how the wheel would operate. Alright, so we just slide this through our little holder here, put the wing nut back on here behind, that is it. The upper receiver, the same kind of setup I have on most of my wheels. So I'm going to take these wing nuts off really quick. And then I have both the nut that goes behind the spindle and the washer that goes in front of the spindle. And then I slide it through here. Take this other wing nut off, and once I slide this in and put these wing nuts on, the wheel is finished. So in my next model, which will probably be the last model because this was supposed to be a rough draft, but it really turned out a lot better than I had anticipated, so I'm probably going to keep this design, but on the next one I might go ahead and work out a way to stick the receiver and the spindle into the body too as it travels. Alright. Now, put the drive band on, and this is actually a great wheel, so it doesn't have a treadle. You just crank it with this porcelain knob, and that's how you spin the spindle. Alright, I'm going to go get a chair and some fiber, and I'll spin some yarn on it for you. Alright, now I'm just going to spin a little bit for you. So the thing to remember, and I didn't do that great a job carding this wool, but that's the important part, is the loftier you card the wool, the easier it will be to draft with your one hand. And this wheel is all about drafting with one hand, so you're going to want to do a good job with your prep. Now, also keep in mind that this ratio here is 22 to 1. So by the time you get about a yard drafted back, you don't have to wait to add more twist into it. It's really adding the right amount of twist for your drafting as you go along. Oh, we're actually going through this pretty quick. Let me try to splice in this yarn I already did on an earlier take. Perfect. When I set this up the first time, I spun a little yarn on it, and then my knob came off because I was twisting it the wrong way, and so I just had to put it back on, but I thought it best to start again from scratch. So the tricky part is winding on with one hand. As you see, I'm having to go kind of up over my shoulders and then hold it above my twisting hand. I don't have to go up as high as I'm going, but I do have to have it high enough that I'm not hitting my other arm. So it is easy for me to just kind of hold it up over the spindle, and I'll show you that again here in a second. So right here, I'm holding it up and I'm winding on. And you can see it makes a good amount of yarn very quickly because of that high ratio. And I really like it. I think I might be switching to a great wheel for a lot of my like fiber events and stuff. If I'm going someplace to spin socially or hang out, I might take this wheel along because I've been spinning on the other one for quite a while, and this is a bit more fun to play with. Now I got too thin right here, which is fine because the high ratio is really easy for splicing them together. And that's it.